Currency, money in the form of paper. These papers have the value which is written on them. These currencies not only represent its facial value, it represents the country as well. Every currency is designed in such a way that it represents its own country. If you take a closer look on our currencies, the image on the reverse side is unique for every note. These images represent India's culture, heritage and technical advancements. Let's decode the rich history and culture of India reflected through our notes. First one I am going to take is the 10 rupees note. In the back side, you can see that it's mentioned as Sun Temple, Konark, but it's not the Sun Temple. All you can see is a wheel. Before coming to the wheel, let me tell you something about Konark. Konark Temple is a massive temple dedicated to Sun, built in the 13th century in Orissa. We have many stories about this massive temple's creation and destruction. They may be true, but we don't have any evidence for them. The story about the magnets and floating idol is the interesting one. The Sun Temple of Konark was built with an architectural setup of various magnets. During the construction of the main tower, iron plates were kept between every two stone pieces. There is a lodestone at the top of the temple was said to be a massive 52-ton magnet. The statue of the sun god inside the temple was built of a material with iron content and was said to be floating in air without any physical support due to the unique arrangements of the top magnet, bottom magnet and the reinforced magnets around the temple walls. The magnetic effect of the lodestone was so strong that it caused disturbances in the ship's compasses which made the navigation very difficult for the sailors. So the Portuguese sailors destroyed the temple and took away the lodestone. The removal of the lodestone led to the collapse of the main temple structure. In Hindu Vedic iconography, Surya is represented as rising in the east and traveling across the sky in a chariot drawn by 7 horses. The temple was designed as a chariot of sun god driven by 24 beautifully carved wheels and pulled by 7 horses. According to archaeologists, the height of the Konark temple was estimated to be 227 feet, making it as one of the tallest temples ever built in the country. However, what remains today is the Jagamohan with the dewar almost collapsed. The other structure that still stands amidst the ruins is the Natya Mandap without roof. Let's come to the wheel now. Out of the 24 wheels, a few wheels will show you the time accurately from sunrise to sunset. If we put a stick at the center of the wheel, the shadow will show the precise time of the day. Konark wheel has 8 main spokes and 8 inner spokes. Angle between 2 main spokes is of 3 hours. Between one main spoke and inner one, it's 90 minutes. There are 30 round spears in between which represents 3 minutes each. With this, we can easily calculate the time based on the position of the shadow. Having said all this, Konark temple deserves a place on an Indian currency. When humans unleashed their creativity on stones, rocket architecture took its birth. India's rocket temples are masterpieces of this artistic form. They are equally magnificent as the tombs of Petra or cave dwellings of Turkey. Coming to 20 rupees note, it is having the picture of Ellora cave. Usually we used to mention as Ajanta Ellora caves, but they are 2 different cave complexes which are similar in nature. Ajanta caves are 30 rock-cut Buddhist cave monuments which dates from 2nd century BC in Aurangabad. Ellora cave is 100 kilometers away from Ajanta caves. It is one of the largest rock-cut monastery temple cave complexes in the world, featuring Hindu, Buddhist and Jain monuments which dates from 600 to 1000 CE. Picture here in this note is the Cave 16 from Ellora known as the Kailasha temple. Cave 16 in particular features the largest single monolithic rock excavation in the world. The excavation is most impressive when tall freestanding monolithic structures are carved from top to bottom with rich architectural content and sculptural ornamentation. It is estimated that the artist removed 3 million cubic feet of stone weighing approximately 200,000 tons to excavate the temple. The base of temple hall features scenes from Mahabharata and Ramayana. We could imagine the accuracy of design and measurements used in this build, as there is no chance to change it by adding any extra stone or piece of rock later. It's still a wonder how this temple was built only by using the ancient methods in just 18 years of time. Our new 50 rupees note is having the picture of stone chariot Hampi. Hampi, or the group of monuments at Hampi, is situated on the banks of the river Tungabhadra. It was the capital of Vijayanagara Empire in the 14th century. By 1500 CE, Vijayanagara was the world's second largest city after Beijing. The Vijayanagara Empire was defeated by a coalition of Muslim sultanates. Its capital was conquered, pillaged and destroyed in 1565, after which Hampi remained in ruins. Now we have more than 1600 surviving remains of the last great Hindu kingdom in South India. The stone chariot in Hampi is the most iconic one here. The chariot is actually a shrine dedicated to Garuda built inside a temple complex. The beauty of the chariot lies in the fact that it looks like one solid structure, but it was built by slabs of granite whose linkages were cleverly hidden with artistic designs. Now let's have a look at our beautiful 100 rupees note. Backside is having the picture of Rani Ki Vav. It is a stepwell situated in the town of Patan in Gujarat. It was constructed in 11th century. Rani Ki Vav is considered as the finest and the largest stepwell in Gujarat. It is designed as an inverted temple highlighting the sanctity of water. The stepwell is divided into 7 levels of stairs which lead down to deep circular well. Side walls and pillars are ornamented with beautiful and delicate figures and sculptures. You will be able to find more than 500 principal sculptures and over 1,000 minor ones featuring religious, mythological and secular imageries. Next one in our Mahatma Gandhi new series is the 200 rupees note. It's having the picture of the great stupa at Sanchi. It is one of the oldest stone structures in India. It was originally commissioned by the Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BC. Its nucleus was a simple hemispherical brick structure built over the relics of Buddha. Sanchi is the center of a region with a number of stupas all within a few miles of Sanchi. It is probably the best preserved group of Buddhist monuments in India. Sanchi encompasses most of the evolutions of ancient Indian architecture and ancient Buddhist architecture. Next one is going to be the familiar one. If you go to the other side, you can see the historic Red Fort in Delhi that served as the main residence of Mughal emperors. It was built by Shah Jahan. Construction happened between May 1639 and April 1648. Every year on India's Independence Day, the Prime Minister used to hoist our national flag in Red Fort. We came through a lot of heritage sites from different parts of the country. All of them were UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Now we have a note which is different from the ones which we have discussed so far. 2000 rupees note. It has the image of Mangalyaan on the reverse, depicting India's first venture in interplanetary space. It's a tribute to ISRO for making every Indian proud. India is the first Asian nation to reach Martian orbit and the first nation in the world to do so in its maiden attempt. The total cost of the mission was just 450 crore, making it the least expensive Mars mission to date. That's all about the new Mahatma Gandhi series of notes. This video will be incomplete if we skip the old ones. Let's quickly go through the ones which were printed by RBI. India's central bank is the Reserve Bank. RBI controls the issue and supply of Indian rupees. First note issued by RBI was a 5 rupees note in 1938. It had the portrait of King George VI. This was followed by rupees 1, 2, 10, 100, 1000 and 10,000. George VI series continued till 1947. Government of India brought out the new design of 1 rupee note in 1949. King's portrait was replaced by the lion capital of Ashoka. Lion capital of Ashoka is a sculpture of 4 Asiatic lions standing back to back on an elaborate base that includes other animals. It was originally placed on top of the Ashoka pillar at the important Buddhist site of Sarnath by Emperor Ashoka in about 250 BC. Original lion capital minus inverted bell-shaped lotus flower is the national emblem of India. On 26 January 1950, India became republic and new notes were introduced in the denominations of 2, 5, 10 and 100. High denomination notes were introduced in 1954. 1000 rupee note was having the image of Tanjavur temple and 5000 rupee note with Gateway of India. These notes were demonetized in 1978. High denomination notes were present before independence as well. They were demonetized in 1946. Small denomination of rupees 2 and 5 of the early series depicted the animals such as tiger, bucksando, sambar deers and gazelles. In 1969, notes were issued depicting a seated Gandhi with Sevagram Ashram as the backdrop. Sevagram in Maharashtra is the place of Gandhi's ashram, which was his residence from 1936 to 1948. 20 rupee notes were introduced in 1972 and 50 rupee notes in 1975. Both were having the picture of Indian Parliament. In 1975, a collage of images explaining India's agricultural endeavor towards attaining self-sufficiency in food production got represented on 100 rupees note, depicting the activities of farming and plucking of tea leaves. 1980s saw a completely new set of notes issued. Images on these notes marked a departure from earlier ones. The emphasis was on symbols of science and technology. Sagar Samrat drill ship, which was designed for the drilling of oil and gas wells. Aryabhatta, India's first satellite, Hirakud Dam. 5 rupees note had the image of a farmer with tractor. There were two designs of 10 rupees note. One had the image of peacock, India's national bird. Picture of Shalimar Bagh in Srinagar built by Mughal Emperor Jahangir got featured on the other. 20 rupee note with Konark wheel. If you flip a note of rupees 500 which was introduced in 1987, you will see the picture of 10 people walking behind Gandhiji. This is the famous structure Gyaramurti designed by Devi Prasad Roy Chowdhury. It is located at Sardar Patel Marg and it depicts Gandhi's iconic Dandi March of 1931. In 1996, Mahatma Gandhi series of notes were introduced. This series replaced all line capital series banknotes. For the 5 rupee note, backside picture of the farmer remained the same. 10 rupee note is having the images of 3 animals from Indian subcontinent. Bengal tiger, our national animal, elephant and one-horned rhinoceros. Coming to 20 rupees note, this is the view of North Bay Island from Mount Harriet. Backside image remained the same on 50 rupees note. The mountains on the 100 rupee note is the panoramic view of Mount Kanchenjunga as seen from Sikkim. Gyaramurti again in 500 rupees. 1000 rupees with the collage of images depicting India's science and technology. India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world having a rich cultural heritage. It has achieved all-round socio-economic progress since independence. The biodiversity, history, heritage and technical advancement which we discussed so far represent our country to the whole world. We will never fall short of images that represent the nation's rich and diverse culture. Hope you enjoyed our video. If you find this informative, kindly share the link with your friends and family and subscribe to our channel for more informative items. Thank you.